When it comes to cooking meals, drying clothes, heating water, and my home, nothing beats natural gas from CenterPoint Energy. It's my most affordable energy option. It costs less to use than electricity, propane, and heating oil. So if you already have natural gas, keep it. If you're replacing an appliance, choose it. Natural gas, your best choice. Safe and affordable, rest assured.
For more on the benefits of a natural gas home, visit centerpointenergy.com/natural gas benefits. CenterPoint Energy, always there.
What's going on, guys?
Hey, Coach Hall, how are you?
I'm doing great, doing great. Y'all want me to give a little open statement? All right. Day one, you know, we're by far from a finished product, but it was a really productive day. I thought we had a ton of energy, which is to be expected. I thought our kids are really starting to embrace our culture that we've got going here. Really sprinting around, moving around, not a lot of wasted time. A lot of positive energy, and saw some good plays out there, both sides. But look, we're just implementing schemes, seeing what people can do. And at the end of the day, we don't have pads on, right? And it's one of the weird things the NCAA makes us do is practice without pads on, you know, because that's like playing basketball without a ball, you know. So, I mean, you can convince yourself of anything good or bad during that time. But it was good to get some plays installed. We got one more day without pads, and then we can finally play football. So with that, I'll open it up.
Coach, what are some of the biggest position battles you're looking at for this spring?
Oh, man, every position's a position battle. You know, new program. We're excited about all these young men. And I'm not dodging the question by any means, Andrew, but we're going to compete every day and see what we've got. We've given everybody a fresh start. And, you know, we're excited about all of these kids in this program. They chose to stay here with us. They didn't have to do that. They chose to be here because Southern Miss is a great place with a lot of winning tradition, and they believe in the energy and direction of this staff and how much this staff's going to care about them and believe in them and help them with their future, not only on the field but off the field. So, you know, I just can't wait to watch the tape and see who did some good things and see what we got to work on and improve on tomorrow. But really, it's just about installation, right? We got to get 5 days to install in to lay the foundation in all our schemes and go from there.
Coach, I want to get can you get a status on T Webb and America's driver, and after that, how do you feel you guys threw and caught the ball today?
Yeah, mine driver had a little incident off the field. You know, it was on social media with a car accident, and it wasn't his fault. You know, he had a deer run out in front of him, I believe. But so he's banged up a little bit right now and out, but he's doing good. And but then T Webb woke up a little sick a day ago. And so, you know, we held him out because we're doing everything we can to keep these young men safe and respect everybody in every way, you know. So T, we feel like he's going to be back tomorrow, hopefully, but we want to take every precaution possible to ensure the safety of everybody that's involved in our program. T's had a great offseason, though, in the weight room. He's doing good. We'll be excited to have him out there.
Coach, how do you feel y'all threw and caught the ball today? Number low back there.
Yeah, well, you know, we only got 2 scholarship quarterbacks, and one of them went at practice today. So when you factor that in, we did all. I thought Trey did some really good things. We've got a lot of really good guys that can get open and catch passes. I thought Demo Jones made some really good plays. Jason Brownlee made a few contested catches. I thought Shirty Robinson made some contested catches. Good to see our tight ends making some plays. We got a lot of good tight ends that we're going to be able to utilize. We're excited about that. We're a program that plays a lot of tight ends. And so you saw those guys make a lot of plays. So I feel really good about us being able to throw and catch the ball, you know, on the perimeter. We just got to get T here practicing, and then we got to get, you know, my man Ty Keys here this summer, and then all of a sudden we'll have, you know, a ton of quarterback competition and depth competing for that spot.
Coach, I apologize. I was late getting into here. I was going to ask about T. If you would just kind of explain what his situation is.
Yeah, we just said it, Patrick, but he woke up sick, so we held him out for a day. We feel like he'll be back tomorrow. We just want to ensure the safety of everybody in our program. We don't want to take any chances or put anybody in harm's way. You know, we think it was just a little bit of maybe he ate something bad. And it looks like he's going to be back tomorrow. We'll see. But, again, we don't want to take any chances. We want everybody to be safe within our program with everything that's going on right now.
Coach, I know you said that today was the first day and all, but how did you feel practice went from intensity standpoint? Did you feel like tempo was good, and or was it there's some up and down flow because it was the first day?
Yeah, I thought that I thought our kids really lined up and executed really smoothly. Very few self-inflicted wounds from all sides to balls on the ground. And we had some, but I think that speaks volumes to how good of teachers this staff is. This is a football staff, and college football is kind of filled now with a lot of guys that really don't coach football anymore. They just recruit or do whatever they do. This staff can coach football. And I thought you saw that today. That's the type of staff we wanted to build with elite teachers. And we look like a program from an execution, lining up and all that standpoint that had been doing this together for a long time. So I was really pleased with that today.
Coach, at the end of practice, I think I saw you do something where you had all the guys get up and high five each other. Just if you would talk about what that's about and what kind of attitude you want to enforce on the team.
Yeah, so our fifth core value, Patrick, is project positive energy. And so we tell our players, you're going to impact everybody you come in contact with every day. You don't get a choice in that. Shoot, man, me and you are going to impact each other through this Zoom. So we want to try to impact each other in a positive way and lift others up. And so when practice is over, we've just been competitive. We want to get after each other. Competition makes you better. It pushes you. We're building that in our program. But at the end, it's over. Hey, let's high five each other. If Demo caught a pass on Malik Shorts, I want him to high five, and I want Malik to say, hey, man, bring it again tomorrow. And I want Demo to look at Malik and say, you bring it tomorrow. Let's keep sharpening each other's blade and making each other better, because at the end, we've got to build a culture where we're going to make each other the best we can be every day. But then when it's over, we got to love each other and hug each other and know, man, we're all black and gold and doing this thing together. So we'll always do that. We start practice with stretch doing that, and we end it doing that too. So that's just kind of how we want to do things.
Coach, what's your approach to trying to install, all the different things that you plan on installing?
We want to lay a foundation first. We want to lay a foundation first of just good, solid football. We want to teach football in all phases. Okay, so our 5 core run schemes we'll install in 5 days. Our base pass protections and routes we'll install in 5 days. Schematically, it's the same way. We'll install our base man and zone coverages over a 5-day period, and our base blitzes and movements over a 5-day period. Then we'll start with all the wrinkles after that, and we'll start trying to figure out who we're going to become. Offensively, we will become who our quarterbacks are. We'll become who our quarterbacks are through the offensive line. We've got good skill kids. There's a myriad of ways to get them the ball. But we've got to ultimately become who our quarterback is through how our O-line can get it done. Defensively, we got to figure out who can play man and who can't, and who can tackle and who can't. If we got a lot of kids that can play man, then we'll play more man. That's the best way to play if you can do it, right? That's why the NFL does it, all right? But if we don't have a lot of guys that can play man, then we ain't going to play much man. And then we got to figure out who can tackle and who can't, so we can set our leverage up defensively to spill it to those guys and all those good things. So that's kind of the first 5 days, what we're doing, implementing our systems in order to figure out what we're going to become in the long run.
Coach Hall, you had a couple of centers not back with the team. How are you looking at that position, and what do you look for as a coach? Some coaches want a guy that can really that call out the defense, and others let the coaches do it. What are you looking at in that position?
We want a tough guy that loves Southern Miss, that blocks his guy every time. That's what we want it all. You know what I'm saying? We're fired up about center, man. We think we got a guy in Arvin Fletcher that is a team captain type guy that everybody respects, that has played tackle and guard and center over his career. We think he's got a chance to maybe continue on his career at center, and he's embraced it. We played Cam King some there, and he's not healthy right now, but Coker Wright's going to get in there some too whenever he's completely healthy. So we feel really good about the center position moving forward, especially with Arvin in there with what he brings to the table.
What kind of tempo do you want in practice?
Really fast. I hate wasting time. I think that's one of the biggest sins we can all have as people is to waste time, because the good Lord only blesses us with so many. So I don't like standing around, Patrick. We want to be moving and going full speed. And then if we're going to take a break, we'll take a break. But I don't like standing around moving slow. And I think you saw that today. A lot of drill transition, coaches running around. We want everybody being where they're supposed to be with a lot of energy and passion. And that's just out of respect for these kids' time, right? I mean, they want to be a college student too. They got other things besides football on their plate. So let's get in, get it done, let them go do their schoolwork and start moving towards their degree and doing other things that college kids get to do.
Coach, I think a lot of people heard about Nericus driver getting in an auto accident at one point. People are curious about how he is. How's he doing?
He's doing good. He's doing good. He's a little banged up right now, Patrick, but he's doing good. He was out there today watching signals. And, you know, he's in all position meetings. He just can't go at practice right now. But mentally, he's getting reps, going to rehab, and he's a really good kid. We're excited to have him back when he gets healthy.
I noticed Kevin Perkins won't be back. Is that correct?
Yeah, I can't comment on that right now.
In terms of like trying to figure out who can play man-to-man there in that secondary, what do you want to see out of those guys this spring to prove to you that they can do it?
Well, Patrick, I'm not trying to be a smart aleck when I say this, but it just kind of is what it is, right? I mean, if you can play man, and that means the guy you're guarding, you stay really close to him all the time. You know what I mean? Like I try to do with my wife. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you can play man, you don't lose your guy. And if you lose your guy, you probably ain't very good at man. And then after that, you know, to be more specific, you want guys that can play the ball in the air and can get the ball out. That's what's lost, you know, in defensive back play. I coached Malcolm Butler in college, and that was the thing about him that was so special is he had a unique ability to get his hands on the ball and get the ball out. And so that's the next phase after just sticking to our guys.
Just one more. Getting guys back like Jacquez and Rakeem Booth and Rashawn Mitchell, what does that do for y'all?
Well, you know, those are three proven players that have made a lot of plays in this league, that have won a lot of games, going all the way back to their high school careers. You know, Jock won a lot of games in high school. So did Rakeem at Bassfield. So, and then they came here and they were a part of a lot of big wins. So but the biggest thing about it is, like I told them, I don't want you to come back unless you feel like this program is going to take you where you want to go and you're going to buy into it. Because if you'll come in and do it the way we want to do it, we may make you famous and you may help make us famous. You know what I'm saying? And I think they have been nothing but unbelievable in our off-season program. And, you know, Rakeem smiles all the time. He's a leader that impacts people in a positive way. Jock's been great. And, of course, Rashawn's really talented. And I just think they're three really good players that have been bought in, working hard like everybody else. And, you know, I'm excited to coach them.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Got two players coming. Appreciate you
Thanks,
guys. Man, we
Coach.
want to do
Thanks,
everything we
Coach.
can to help sell our players.
Swayze, how would you describe where this program's at and where Coach Hall has kind of taken it to this point?
Coach Hall, he's doing great. He's doing nothing but projecting positive energy everywhere we go. We're uplifting each other while we compete, and which is really good to have as a team. Lots of competition, but also team unity, team bonding, which is what we're doing. So I really love the direction Coach Hall is taking us.
Swayze, could you talk about how your responsibilities or how things have changed for you in this new defensive scheme?
The scheme is a lot like our other scheme in ways, but it's also very different in ways too. We're mixing backers around. We're weak side, strong side, depending on formation, which is a lot different than what we have been doing, but also like the run fits are still like the same. So you're still fitting A gap, you're still fitting C gap, wherever you're going to fit, but you may be doing it from a different position now. And so learning the new verbiage and everything that goes along with the new defense is definitely a challenge at first because everything's new, so you haven't heard it all before. But once you can correlate that to what you've done in the past, it's really not that bad.
Do you feel like the scheme gives y'all ability to be a little more versatile as a defense?
I definitely think that. I think we got lots of guys that can play different positions. And then the coaching staff's going to put the best guys out there in certain situations. So if we got a guy who's really good at playing man, we're going to put him in when we run a man defense. But if we got a good zone guy, we're going to put him in when we run zone defense. So this defense really gives us a lot of versatility for sure.
Swayze, are you guys still kind of, to a certain extent, running the bear front? Or are y'all more in a, I guess, traditional type of defense now? What are some of the things, I guess, people look at you on the field that may be different?
Well, a lot of times we're going to start out in a 3-down front, but by the time the play goes on, we're creating bear from 3-man. And so we're doing that, or we're putting 4 down and we're going to dropping. So it's really just based off what they're in and what we want to do against it.
What has been the response to Austin Armstrong? I know he's a young guy. He's 27 years old. How do you see the players relate to him, and how does he interact with the players?
I think everyone is reacting great to Coach Armstrong. We love him. He's different than what we've had before, which is good. Change is good. Helps everyone stay on their toes, everyone be refreshed. And so the energy that Coach Armstrong is bringing is great. And I think it brings everyone together and it helps him relate to us. And then we're going to relate to him back because he's a younger guy. And so he knows what it's like to be a college student, and he knows that he's not going to try to hold us too long because we have schoolwork, stuff like that. But he also knows that it's time to work and it's time to get things done.
Swayze, what's the biggest difference? I mean, I guess, what's the biggest difference coaching staff is in the way you guys practice? What's the biggest difference you notice right now?
Right now, the tempo is a lot faster. So everything is running from drill to drill. Every team period is tempoed. If you're not looking at the sideline, getting the signal, you're going to be lost out there, which is good. I think we're going to be super in shape. I don't think we're ever going to get tired when it comes to game days. And so I really like how the tempo in our practice is really preparing us for game time.
Swayze, can you give me your impressions of the new strength coach, Lance Ankar?
Oh, I love Coach LA. He's a man's man. He wants us coming there. He wants us to get hyped, to get excited, lift heavy weight, and just be there for us. He always texting us, hey, let me know if you need anything. Hey, gym's open. Y'all come get a lift in. We got arm farm today. Come get your arms big. And so we just, he's a player's coach, and he loved that.
Yeah, Swayze, you got some guys back on the field, and Jock and Rakeem. What's it like to have Rashawn and everybody back in there?
Oh, it's great to have more depth than we already had. With Booth coming back to linebackers, I felt like we had the most depth on the team at linebacker last year. I may have been biased because I was one of them, but now we just add another guy in there. And then with Jock and Ray coming back, that's just more depth, more experience that we already had. And so I think it's really, really going to help us, especially from a depth and experience standpoint.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Frank, how's it going, man?
What's up, Frank?
What's up, guys?
Yeah, Frank, how would you describe just the last few months and getting to this point? How has the team responded to Coach Hall, and what's your thoughts on the program at this point?
Honestly, this has been a great 4 or 5 weeks I ever seen from this team. Everyone's bought in. We have a whole different approach to the season. We expect more from ourselves, and that is a big improvement.
As an offense, you have a lot of guys that, were here last, whether it's Abraham or Watley or some other guys. As an offense, what's got to happen for y'all this spring to feel like it's a success, to kind of build around Trey? What's got to happen for y'all this spring?
It's not about building around Trey, I'll say. It's about getting better as one. As up front, we get better, and in the back, we get better. In the quarterback room, we get better. In the receiver room, we get better. We're all just competing to get better as a whole offense, and that's what it is.
Frank, as far as scheme-wise with you, how much difference is there in, say, last season to this, or is there much difference verbiage-wise for you guys to learn?
There's no difference. I mean, football. There's slight changes, but it's for the most part, it's the same.
Frank, why are you number 3 now?
It's a family number. It's a family number, and I wanted to put this number on for my family.
Who was the last family member to wear that?
My cousin at Miami right now, he has it. Gerbert Firesen.
Personal goals for you this spring. What do you where do you want to get better?
I want to continue to get bigger, faster, and just continue to push my teammates to get better and become a better leader.
You saw a pretty good tempo pretty quickly in practice. Do you think that's something y'all talked about as an offense that y'all want to move pretty quickly?
Yeah, every time we get in the huddle, I tell my guys, be confident, go out there. Because if you make a mistake, you want to make it fast. You get it. You want to make it fast. If you make a mistake, you want to make it full speed. So even if the person behind you, he can make you right. So if you make that mistake, just go full speed, be fast, and be confident in what you're doing. All right, thank you. Thank you, guys.